So I thought that I would film a quick little thrift book haul video because I recently went to Goodwill and I found a ton of really great stuff. So I thought I'd show you what I got because there's a lot. So the first book I got is Prodigy, which is a book in the Legend series by Mary Lou. She also writes the Warcross duology. This is a trilogy. This is the second book. I don't have the first book, but I will probably buy that eventually because I think that this series is really interesting and I read her Warcross duology when I was in like middle school, so I thought that I would give this series a try. I also found this Barnes & Noble exclusive edition version of the Scarlet Letter with these really beautiful red sprayed edges because I've tried to get into more, not necessarily historical fiction, but just appreciating older written books and not solely reading super new novels. So I thought that that was super cute. It's like, it looks like a hardback, but it is a softback, like matte cover. Then I got a ARC copy of Write My Name Across the Sky by Barbara O'Neill. Now I have never read any of her books before, but I found two, The Lost Girls of Devon and then this ARC copy. And I think that one of them is actually relatively a recent release, but I have never read either of her books. Saw these two. I collect ARC copies of a lot of relatively highly rated authors, so I was like, okay, I'll pick that one up. And then I found this one at the same thrift store and I was like, I might as well get that one too because it looks cute. So I got that. This one is about a girl who sees her mother traveling the world, and then this book is about an influencer living in Hollywood, and then the FBI sees something happen in her house and it affects her career. So I thought that that was interesting. I got Ugly Love. I did already read this book. I have never read a Colleen Hoover book before reading Ugly Love, so I think that maybe this probably wasn't the best introduction to Colleen Hoover that I could have found. I probably should have started with a more, I don't know. This book I rated 2 stars on my Goodreads. I will put that in the description if you want to look at my Goodreads, but this was not my favorite. I picked up a copy of All the Bright Places, which apparently this is a Netflix show. I've never heard of this book. I've heard of Holding Up the Universe, the one that's on the back, but I've never heard of All the Bright Places, and I thought that this looked really cute. And the Goodreads ratings, usually when I go to Goodwill or a thrift store and I pick up books, I will read the Goodreads ratings just to kind of get a general idea of what they're gonna look like, because I mean, I guess you never know how good the book is going to be, so I always look them up, and if I haven't heard of them or heard positive things. I got Before I Fall. This is a super old cover version of this book by Lauren Oliver. She also wrote 13 Reasons Why, so this is a very old cover. If you try to buy this book now, this cover won't look like this, but this book has been out for a long time. People have talked about it. I've never read it. Thought I might as well pick up a quick copy of that. On the same kind of idea, I also picked up Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Moyes. I actually never saw the movie when it came out, so I was like, I might as well pick up the book because I can't even spoil it for myself because I've never read it before. So I picked up a copy of that. I picked up a copy of Beach Read by Emily Henry. I have read Happy Place and People We Met on Vacation, and I've just recently picked up Funny Story, but I have never actually read Beach Read, so I was very excited to find a pretty gently, like it's very gently used copy of this, so I'm excited to read that. I think Emily Henry's like a pretty good introduction to romance. Obviously she's not my favorite romance author, but I think that Emily Henry is a very good intro to romance if you like are okay with a little bit of spice. I found You Are a Badass, which I've been wanting to read this book, and I almost ordered it a few months back and I never did. So I was like, you know what? I might as well pick up a copy of this book that I've never read because I think it looks cool. So then I picked up this book called Bridge Tender, which takes place in a town in North Carolina, and it's actually a signed copy, if you can see that, by Carol Ann Ross. I just thought it looked super cute. This is like clearly like a local kind of novel, and I just thought that I love matte covers of books. It's like my favorite thing ever. So I was really excited. So yeah, that is my pretty massive book haul. I got all of these at Goodwill. It was during the same trip, but I went to 3 different Goodwills in my area to pick up all of these, but I'm excited to get into them. Like I said, I've already read Ugly Love. I think I'm probably gonna read Beach Read just to get something quick and kind of easy to go through. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go again sometime during the week this week because I know that my Goodwill does most of their